Hey everyone, welcome to the debut of Talk and Review TV. Today I'm reviewing the Stranger Things Season 3. I really like this season more than the last season. I have watched like the complete seasons, so if you want me to do a review on maybe some of the last seasons, I wouldn't mind to do that. But yeah, this season was really better. It was like really entertaining, really good storylines. Like I was super happy with this season. Yeah, like with a lot of it, very cool like 80s design and stuff. Like it was really well directed and stuff. Like it was really like I mean really cool looking 80s looking show. So the show starts off with Mike and Eleven dating. Harper is dismayed by it. Joyce is trying to get her life back together after the last season. Will is feeling like something is wrong. Dustin claims that he has a girlfriend, but no one believes him. Steve and Robin were working at like some ice cream parlor or something it was at a mall. So the first couple of episodes, they start to get into things. It starts pretty slow, like the first couple of episodes, but like it starts to get anything. Billy ends up being the like tough badass kind of like lifeguard guy. He ends up being like a lifeguard or so, and then he ends up getting girls and stuff like attracted to him and stuff. So he ends up like driving down this road or so, and he ends up crashing his car, and unfortunately he gets like clobbered up from like the demon. I don't know what you call it. It looks like a like kind of like a bug or a demon. I don't know, or like from the upside down. It's like a really weird type kind of bug or something, and then he ends up getting other people to go through his like type of like the demon thing type of thing, like tries to get him to do yeah, like so they start drinking like bleach and doing all this horrible things. There was these rats and stuff which was really nasty. They're like blowing up and drinking bleach and doing weird creepy things and stuff. There's also that newspaper company with where they were like taking like pictures of it and stuff, and then the news he was getting like mad or so. Steve and Nancy were working like with this newspaper company, and they started finding weird things like with the rats and stuff, so they end up getting trouble with like these like grown jackass type of men and stuff. I couldn't stand them through the show. They were like it was like one of their terrible jobs and stuff. Eleven starts to figure out like who she is and stuff, and then Mike and them, they get into kind of a fight and they do break up. At one of the scenes, she starts figuring out who she is and stuff. There's also these like evil Russians in the show, because it's like an 80s show, so that was a thing in the 80s. Like there was evil Russians, which they were trying to open the upside down world again, which I don't know why they would want to do that, because you're gonna release like demons and all these crazy entities and stuff like that. I love the one scene with the mom where they go, "She's hot at 30," like the song. I thought that was really well done. I really love that scene and stuff. It's like really funny. They're like going, "She's hot at 30," and yeah, it's a really good scene. I really like what they do with Robin and Steven with the like ice cream storyline and the stuff they did in the mall. Also like with Dustin, he ends up seeing like that secret room, and then with the other girl with his friend, they end up going down that like chamber thing or like the elevator. Yeah, I really liked like what they did with that. I thought that was great. Will ends up fighting with the gang or so because he was tired of like the girl drama. I believe like a lot of people believe, like they have experience here, that they think he's gay. I don't think he's gay. I think he's just not into girls right now. I think he's just still a kid and he hasn't gotten into girls yet. So finally, at the final scene, the newspaper company ends up firing them, saying what they were saying wasn't true. They ended up like in this hospital and then they start fighting the demon or so. They end up seeing the newspaper guy is like a demon or so. And then it ends up being fighting and stuff. Harper ends up interviewing this like Russian guy or so, and he ends up being like a pain or so, so he ends up beating him up. And then he ends up, finally the Russian guy, he just gets frustrated, lets him leave, but then he comes back because he's scared of like the other Russian like Terminator type dude. So yeah, that ends up happening. And then they end up going to like the mall or so, the like mall, and so because they know like their kids are in danger like at the fair and stuff, and then they were like bickering about like how dangerous it could be, like because it's a fair or so. The mayor, they end up finding out like he's like corrupt and stuff at the end. And then yes, they end up at the mall, like the gang and stuff end up at the mall and stuff. They end up, the monster follows them to the mall, and then that guy Billy, who's hypnotizing the monster, ends up trying to like smash their car and stuff. Yeah, the other ones that were end up stuck in the basement, somehow like Dustin ends up getting out and stuff. And then he ends up telling Harper about the thing that's happening in the mall where they're trying to reopen the Upside Down. So then Harper ends up going down there and starts fighting them and stuff. The demon spider, I don't know what you call it, yeah, ends up coming to the mall. They start fighting him with fireworks and stuff. So the demon spider thing, it ends up where Elle ends up the ground or so. He tries the spider, whatever you call it, ends up trying to hypnotize her, but it didn't happen. Billy ends up getting unhypnotized through 11 or so. Yeah, so that happens, and then the bug thing, I think it ends up, I don't remember, it was like it ends up dead or something, because Harper ends up blowing up the machine thing. I don't think he's dead. There are people that think he's dead. I don't think he's dead. I think he's too big of a character. I have a feeling, I have two conspiracy theories. I think he ended up either jumping into the machine, or the Russians that were there ended up getting him. And then that's what happened. I think he's either locked up in a Russian cage, or he's ended up in the Upside Down. And I think that's what I think is going to happen in season 4. I think they're going to end up, like, I don't know what you think about it. You can leave a comment, but I think he's going to end up probably either in the Upside Down, or he's gonna end up with the Russian. So at the end, Dustin ends up viewing his girlfriend through the walkie thing. They end up helping Harper after Joyce ended up like blowing up the mall thing or so. It does, unfortunately, the show does have like a sad ending. 11 ends up moving with Will and Joyce to another town. So that ends up happening, and it ends up with a really sad ending. Hey Talk Nation, I hope you enjoyed this review of Stranger Things. I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel, because I do all sorts of reviews. I'm going to be reviewing mostly every movie, probably Netflix, Amazon, anything. If you have any ideas of stuff I could review, I will probably do it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this Stranger Things review. Okay, thank you. Bye.